Hiya, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris news.
Bastille Day.
Annual pass previews at Avengers Campus.
Hey, Disney fans. Hey there, hi there, ho there, and welcome to another Disneyland Paris show. Don't worry, Hugh will be here shortly. The thing is, with going live at 8:30 every Sunday, is we go live at 8:30 every Sunday, and as the clock turned 8:30, a tiny little face appeared at our kitchen window going, Daddy. So he's just gone to see to the small one.
Yes.
And we couldn't really delay on that. How are you, Chris?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, I'm good. It's a bit hot, isn't it? Isn't it hot?
It is. Now, on that subject, I just want to kind of give an apology to the world for the following reason. Last week, I was laughing at Bonnie's school for sending severe weather warning things home. Now, to be fair, at the time, I think it had been 22 and it was forecast 25. And I was like, come on, guys. Well, this week, and you'll know this if you're in the UK, but this might be news if not, we have an actual nationwide severe weather warning, don't we?
Well, I believe that some of the more northerly places are only amber and not red warning, so it's not quite as severe.
But I know that
yes.
Central London is looking at a 41 degree high, isn't it? And the south, we currently round here are looking tomorrow at 37 and Tuesday at 38, aren't we? And
yeah.
so we are preparing. And if anyone's laughing at us from, Australia or anywhere like that, we don't have air conditioning in this country, and I don't think people are generally educated on how to deal and behave in weather that hot.
The news has been fantastic this week because basically it's been full of advice from other countries that where it is hot, telling us, do you know what, we don't go out during the day when it's hot, so maybe just stay inside. And us stupid Brits all thinking, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go sit outside and have a beer. That's what we're going to do. That's what we do.
So I think the general thinking in Britain is, oh, look, sun's out. Should we go for a walk? And I've just got visions of people trying to climb Mount Snowdon because it's a nice day, and then search and rescue will have to go get them. So yeah, there's been a lot of that going on.
Do you know what the big
if
risk,
you wondered?
Do you know what the big risk here is at the moment? Hugh's the one that manages to watch the chat really, really well, and we're not so good at doing that because it's his job and he's not here to do that. But I can see lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people in the chat. So when Hugh gets back and I can see him now, should we throw him straight into a roll call?
Oh, that would be mean. Give him time to acclimatise.
Oh, we'll give him time to acclimatise.
I will just say, I always like to bring things back to Disneyland Paris. They are having also got a severe weather warning in place, and they are going to be slightly hotter than us, which usually...
not to be outdone by the Brits.
It usually just happens they get 2 or 3 degrees hotter, just been 2 or 3 degrees further south. But they are also dealing with it in their own ways. They've got the misters out in Adventureland and in the studios, and they are gorgeous. If you've ever walked through a Disney mister, you'll never walk
I haven't,
through.
But did you see the videos? The pictures on a group on Facebook. Someone had taken some pictures. One of the misters in Frontierland had been taken down.
Oh no!
And parents were using them, pulling them over to soak their children. And there's some very disparaging comments on there. So I felt it necessary to just say, hang on a second. You don't know that those people took it down. You don't know if you were stood there waiting for that mister and you saw the people in front of you doing that, you'd just copy the behaviour, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd think it was the correct thing to do.
It's not right to have a go at those particular people because it
what on
their fault.
Earth are you all talking about?
Well, it's going to be hot in Paris and they've got misters up. But some people have been dismantling the misters.
I thought you meant like Mr. Men.
No, the misters.
Yes, Disney have bought the Mr.
About
Men.
those,
when you said someone had got the misters out, I thought, well, that's inappropriate.
Thing is,
back with a bang here.
When I'm really hot, sometimes I look at those and I think, oh no, I'm already clammy. I don't want to get more clammy. That looks awful. And the minute you walk into the mist, you go, oh, sweet heaven. They are just amazing. Highly recommend them. There's a lot going on in chat, Hugh, and we have not been keeping up.
Should we let Hugh in gently and ask him what he's drinking, and then we'll go into the chat?
Hey, ole, it's showtime. Halt
together. Your tiki cup in your tiki cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage, I'll drink it up from your tiki cup.
If you're anything like me, that noise will be really annoying.
Yeah, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
No, but I just find those kind of noises really, really annoying. I'm drinking, Chris, a dark berry tango, but I'm having a little bit of spiced rum in there. And also, after this, I'm going to be having, if there's time, this mango IPA.
Ooh, where's that
It's
from?
Disappeared.
green screen. It's from Home Bargains, and I'll tell you what, it's absolutely awful.
Is it?
I had one today. It tastes like bandages.
Oh, I'm disappointed. I was going to say, if it's any good,
Bandages.
will you pick me one up next time you're in there? But
I
if
can
it's that
pick
bad-
you. I can pick you one up next time I'm in there. Do you know what? Maybe I had a Duff one. I'll try this one. Not like a Duff beer. We'll see. Anyway,
What's this, Hugh?
Chris, you are having a Vimto, which is a passion fruit, I believe, and raspberry.
And orange, yeah.
And I had one yesterday, and I thought, oh, this is bland. Chris might like this.
I'm having Robinson's fruit and barley in my my pineapple cup that Chris got me for my birthday.
But now over to you guys. What are you guys drinking?
Right. Oh, do you know, there's so much chat going on, and I'm not reading it. If you see anything...
I've just seen... Well, Claire was first in the chat, so well done, Claire. And then second in the chat was Andrew, who says, hello, can I get a birthday shout-out, please?
Yeah?
Yes, you can.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Was that good enough for you, Andrew? That was a bit... I don't know. A bit,
It'll pass.
bit surly,
happy
wasn't
now.
Bit
Happy.
Sorry for being surly, Andrew. I didn't mean to be. What I should have said was, did you like that? Is that worse? It's creepier.
Keep on with the roll call.
Do you know
Right.
what we didn't do? We didn't do the jingle, did we?
Do it now.
We're on jingle number 3. We've barely started.
Who are they?
All aboard, please. So
That's my favourite bit of the entire show.
it's getting more and more lackluster. In the chat today, we've got Claire, Andrew, and Daisy. Who is Nate? Rick's here. Conan and Amelia. I always get this wrong. Conan and Amelia. Kiva's here. Hannah's here. Wits Wanderlust. Diogo. Magical by Sarah. John. Susie's here. Rachel B. Mark with a Q. Lauren. Claire. Mark with a K. Another Claire. Ginger Fox. Emma Louise.
Lee Hampson's here for the first time in the chat, and he's drinking Ribena Light in a Mickey glass.
Nice.
Andrew Palmer
Lee.
is British, so he's drinking tea.
Emma, have I said Emma? David Wilson's here. George is here. He says, what up, folks? Yeah.
Do you remember how badly that thing last week when I said, oh, we should ask everybody when they're going, and you wrote them all down, and it was just awful.
Oh, and Helen and Sarah and Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you remember that.
Yeah.
What about this for an idea instead, right? What about if
Yeah.
you all tweet us your pictures of you with your tiki cups and what you're drinking, and then I get those pictures, and when the tiki cup music's playing, we can put up all the pictures of people drinking from their tiki cups.
That would be fun.
You're just giving yourself more work, Chris.
Yeah.
Like if you did it on the hashtag 37 Disney Street Tiki Cup.
Just tiki.
Tiki.
I think that's the
Oh,
thing
no,
now.
no. I don't know now.
If you own a
Yeah.
tiki cup or a tiki-esque drinking vessel, let's be honest,
Hashtag what's
I'm not
in
that
your
tiki.
tiki cup.
Hashtag, what's in your tiki cup?
That brings us nicely onto our... Oh, do you want to save it for later? Onto our merch. No, we're going to
Don't forget
tease
your
you.
as an E on the end. No, it hasn't. Let me check that sticker real quick.
Oh, dear.
No, it hasn't.
You are.
Oh, thank God.
Right,
It doesn't have an E.
We'll save the merch for later. We've got some other things to chat about later, but I am going to bring it back to the news, which is
Oh, yeah,
why
that's
we
right.
are all here.
Yes.
And it has been Bastille Day. And I love that they have a national holiday to celebrate a prison break. I think that is so anarchic.
Our
I love
closest
it.
thing is Guy Fawkes
Fawkes,
night.
yeah.
a failed terrorist attack. Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
It's a celebration.
Whoop.
The village and the park were decorated with French flags,
Nice.
as you would expect. But what I really like is they do it in quite a twee, I think almost Victorian way. You know, they literally have tiny little French flags just kind of tied to things and crossed over, and it's pretty. It's nice. The Main Street station was projection mapped in red, white, and blue. The flag was projected onto Main Street station. Mickey and Minnie were in lovely French outfits, which I think have come out before, the traditional French ones, but it was they made another visit on Bastille Day.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think was the best thing, the pièce de résistance, you see, I'm
Nice
going
French.
I'm going French as well,
Très bon.
was they had a special fireworks pre-show. Now they always do this. I was going to say often. I think they always do this on Bastille Day and other things, but they used their newfound drone technology, thanks to Spider-Man or whoever invented it. And they did the Eiffel Tower in drones behind the Sleeping Beauty's castle, and it were mint. It were proper bow, I tell thee.
Once you've got drones and a computer to program, you can pretty much make what you want.
Yep.
Can't you? The possibilities are endless.
And a lot quicker than you can projection mapping. We all love projection mapping, but it's a technological computer engineer feat of hard work.
Do you know what's a shame about them though? Is they do it in the dark, so you don't get that moment that you get in synchronized swimming when they all move to make their other shape, and you can see them all going to do it.
I'd like to see that.
You don't get to see that with the drones, do you? You just it's too dark, so then they just appear wherever.
And they turn off and then turn back on again, don't they?
Yeah.
It would be lovely to see them go from the Eiffel Tower into the Mickey head into the thing. I'd like to see that.
Behind the magic.
But they could do that. It's their choice not to. That's not technology. That's engineering.
I was just picking up on some stuff in the chat. I want to say
Go for it.
get well soon to Claire, who's on day 3 of COVID,
Ooh.
and Sam Forgod, who was taken ill recently. She's
I
feeling-
vaguely saw that in the chat, and I
Yeah.
haven't watched her this weekend.
I think she had a heart thing while I was watching a parade. It says in the chat.
gosh.
So I hope she's on the mend.
Yeah, take care of
that's
yourself.
not good.
Yeah. Also, someone in the chat says, where was it? I want to get the name because it's big news, I think. Wits Wanderlust says, also not DLP related, but anyone else as bummed as we are about Molly leaving all ears?
Really?
Hey everybody, it's Molly. That's how she starts every video. Hey everybody, it's Molly.
That is big news in our house. I didn't know that. That is big news in our house. Do you know what? Since we got back from Disney World, I have had a very brief sabbatical away from watching Walt Disney World stuff on YouTube because I had the Disney blues bad this time. And I just found it a bit upsetting. But we've just started watching like DFB and stuff again, and we're catching up a bit. So we'll be a bit behind with that. Oh no, yeah, there's a lot of people going, Molly's leaving all ears. No, she's the bestest. Anyway.
Mark with a Q says, did you see Doctor Strange opening a portal above Marvel Avengers Campus? That was ace.
Well,
That sounds cool.
let's bring it on to that then.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be here today.
We're a bit annoyed that you are, if I'm
You
honest.
sound
Yeah.
like, what's the guy from Clerks?
Dante.
Yeah.
Dante, yeah. I'm not supposed to be here today.
The third instalment of that film is
no
is coming out
thanks.
soon, isn't it?
No
Oh,
thanks.
dear.
They lost me at Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. That was awful.
So
Oh, it's a lot worse since then.
the reason I
well,
wasn't
I
meant to be
stopped
here
watching.
today is I was meant to be at the annual pass preview of Avengers Campus, and I was being very sensible and grown up about my personal finances and the state of my credit card, and we just couldn't get the transport cheap enough, so I didn't go. Now, thing is, for health and safety reasons, my dance classes are cancelled tomorrow. So I actually could have had a bit more flexibility with the time scale, but I looked at that as well, and it was too
I
difficult.
found you a ferry.
You did find me a ferry. You said you've got to get to Dover on the train.
Yeah, I did say that. Yeah, 4.5 hours to Dover, but then it's
You
straight
say
was-
ferry,
after that.
it was a small boat run by
It
a
was
guy
actually-
called
It
But-
was a P&O,
Yeah.
25 quid,
It was a
P&O.
guy,
it was
guy
the
who
most
runs a boat.
feasible, to
Yeah.
be fair.
He smokes on the deck. He's called Brian. It's
It
called
was
Brian.
a
It's called
good
Brian's
idea.
Ferry.
It was a good idea, but it would just, and I think it was Thursday night, and I would have to leave straight from class on Saturday afternoon, and I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to get 3 trains to Dover, a ferry, and then a train to Paris. And
No, we're going in a
Yeah.
few weeks.
We are.
There's a 2 mile walk when you
So-
get to Calais as well to the train station from the ferry
Or
port
an
as
Uber
well.
in a
I didn't
different
tell you that,
language
yeah.
and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing. So it wasn't going to happen. So we'd basically
in
we're
France
doing.
it's
I'm
pronounced
really disappointed
Uber.
to be.
Uber.
Uber.
I'm really disappointed to be reporting via Twitter again at this quite thing when I could be on the ground. But luckily, we are going in, and I have my countdown here. I believe it's like 21 days. Oh, it'll be 20 days, won't it? So I hope you can all hang on long enough to wait for our on-the-ground reports then, because we plan on doing a lot of
If
footage.
you can't wait that long for some Class A footage, I just dropped a video last night.
You did?
My second one. It's either on my channel, search for my name, Hugh Raine, R-A-I-N-E, or it's in a playlist of Walt Disney World vlogs and reports or something.
Yeah.
On our Disney
And
channel.
you talk about Disney ankles or whatever you call it, don't you, as well? What do you call it?
The Disney Rash.
Disney rash, yeah.
I got the Disney Rash.
I also dropped a video this week, and it was a little mini vlog from when we did Moonlight Magic in Hollywood Studios.
It's longer than I thought it was going to be.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
drop a
sure-
video.
Well, it seemed like it was a nice long video.
Hughes is more edited and artistic than mine is. Mine's a load of clips put together.
I didn't drop a
Anyway.
video, but I did buy a new Disney book.
Lucy's distracted because our daughter's just flitting about the house.
It's true. She just walked past.
Yeah. She's allowed. She's old enough
Come say
now.
hello.
She's coming to say hello.
I did have a question for our listeners, and I think this is as good a time to ask it as any.
Look at her. She should be in bed, but here she is. Say hello.
Hi.
Too hot, isn't it?
Bonnie likes to write books, and when she goes to bed at night, she doesn't read at the moment. She gets out her book and she writes books, and she was just finished one, and she was trying to decide on the title of her next one, and she had narrowed it down to On the Other Side, Time, or In the Woods. And she can't decide which is going to be the title of her next book. So if anyone has any preferences in the chats, let us know. And then you'll-
hello. Look at all those hellos.
Look at that.
Right.
Everyone's hi, 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 hi. I think the answers will come through in a second, Bonnie. And then shall I tell you? Okay.
On the other time in the woods.
Do you know if there was one person was going to say that and combine the titles and it wasn't me, it was going to be Mark Riley.
Amelia, like In the Woods. Oh, I like The Other Side, but they are all intriguing. I like The Other Side. Oh, In the Woods, On the Other Side. It's looking like The Other Side, On the Other Side.
On the other
Yeah.
side, Bonnie.
Other side,
do
I
you
think.
think?
That's the one that I'm gonna do.
Oh, is it? Good. You see, they've got the same idea as you. Do you want me or Daddy to come upstairs with you, or are you all right?
I'm just looking for my Olaf.
Okay. Bye-bye.
See you on the other side, Bunny.
Night-night.
Bye.
Yeah. Right, we've got some shout-outs to do, but let's do a bit more news, shall we? Well, this show's going down the pan quickly.
Yeah. So, okay. Right. So the Spidey on the rooftops. I'm gonna have to go, guys. So there was. Talk about what you've seen.
I'll tell you what, because I don't know what these things are, but I can talk about the stuff that I've watched in people's videos and stuff if you like. Shall I do that?
Yeah, and I've got something as well.
Will you go first? Go on. You look like you know what you want to say, so go for it.
Oh, well, have you seen the new drinking fountains in Avengers?
Yes, I have, with the bottle.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so
Thing,
you've got
yeah.
the two things at the bottom to drink out of, but rather than sit and hold your bottle at an awkward angle, there's a third spout that comes down from the top and with a little bottle logo in front of it so you can fill your bottle nicely.
Yeah, it looks superb. That they just need to do that everywhere else now, and that'll be fantastic. Speaking of bottles, have you seen the Avengers Campus drinking bottles? They're pretty nice.
Yeah, they're after Tony Stark from the film, aren't they? I think.
I'm very, very likely to buy a couple of those. They've got they're a drink bowl, but they're blue and transparent, and they're just very nice.
Are they?
That's literally the story. That's my story done.
Sorry about that, guys. Just had to run away for a moment there. Right, so I've just got a few bullet points of things I've seen. Now, thing is, I don't know what you two have been looking at, but I've been trying to avoid things that would spoil it for me. I haven't watched anything of the rides. I haven't looked at Easter eggs in queues.
I have.
And I've had a look at the quick service menus, but I tried not to look at Pym Kitchen too much because I'm really excited about that. And I wanted to be like, oh, wow, look, it's one of those, it's one of those, it's one of those. So I've seen bits and bats. But we're going to talk about what we have seen. I'm sorry for the people in the chat who are like, we come to you for news, and then you don't keep up with the news. We do our best, but first and foremost, we are Disney fans.
Stuff's being painted. If you want news, stuff's being painted.
There's always stuff like that. We're Disney fans, and we don't want to ruin that for ourselves, even if that means we don't get everything to you. But what we have seen is Spider-Man is on the rooftops waving at people both in and out of Avengers Campus because he's got a vantage point there.
Yeah.
But he's also doing...
And out.
And out.
Wow. In and out.
He's doing gymnastics. He's got some parallel bars up there that he's swinging on and somersaulting
Gymnastics ribbon.
So he's doing a little miniature stunt show at the top. What I've heard, and we hope it will continue, is that there is a massive amount of live characters and roaming characters and things like that in the land. There's people coming through the portal all the time.
Do you think that's because it's brand new, though? Do you think that's going to be a forever thing?
You see, this is what a lot of people were saying. Oh, how fantastic for the AP previews, but then budget cuts. We hope not. I think that this at this caliber will last throughout the summer. I imagine to be an on season and an off season. What I won't say worried me, but made me question things is a few people were saying, we've been here for this many hours and we haven't got bored once. There's so much going on. There's so much to do. Now, that might sound like a really good thing. However, it's the newest land and everybody's going to flock there.
It's the hottest land.
Now, if it was the hottest new land and you could spend a happy hour there and then go, right, I've seen everything, let's go to Ratatouille, that's one thing. But if everybody who flocks there is staying in that small area for half a day because there's so much to see and do, and if the characters are constantly changing and the people on the rooftop are constantly changing, this is an amazing thing. But it's also going to suck people in and keep them there, and that is very bad for guest flow. Am I making sense?
Yeah, you are.
I mean, they've got very tight control on the numbers during annual pass previews, and they say the wait times have been low, but the shops have been busy. That's what I've heard. But when they open it to the general public, they're not going to have that control over who comes in and out. They're not doing any kind of boarding groups or anything like that. So it could just be a human suck, and that could be a problem. Clean, keep it clean.
I wasn't even thinking dirty. I just thought that was
Okay.
I've never heard that term before.
Okay. But on the other hand, how fantastic that in this financial climate post-COVID and with Chapek at the helm, they're able to create something this kinetic and alive in a Disney park. That makes me really excited. 20 days and counting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Laura, I'm the same with you about the fountains. She said, I'm always dubious about the fountains and whether people have touched the spout. I've seen kids completely engulf it with their entire mouth.
French kiss it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you compare water in France and hygiene to being some places in Africa or wherever, it's probably not that bad for you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. In terms of clean water, I think it's pretty decent.
It's the kind of thing I don't like the idea of, but I'd rather just not think about it because I'm sure it'll do,
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Water has bacteria and germs and stuff in it. It just does. There's no way to avoid that.
Yeah.
And fluoride, if you're lucky.
So I've got a few bullet points written down that I saw when I was kind of glancing around, and I'm sure you've got other things you want to talk about.
I've got something I want to talk about, yeah.
So they've got the battle bots battling outside of the equipment. What are they calling the shop now? The equipment station.
2 seconds ago.
Yeah,
Mission equipment.
So they've got an area where they're battling and they're letting guests battle the bots that they've just bought. Now we've seen this kind of work with the droids in Galaxy's Edge, and I think this is going to be a big suck for kids. But I actually think these look a lot more fun than the droids look. As much as we all love droids in Star Wars.
Do you know what I was reading? I think it was DLP report, but I can't remember for certain on one of the Twitter pages that the mission equipment shop can only be accessed by going through the Spider-Man web adventure.
Oh, that you can't go in the other way.
It's an out only entrance. That's not right. It's just an exit on the outside.
I
I know what I mean.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, but it might just be a thing for whilst they're doing the previews there potentially, because they want to get people through the rides and have a steadier flow. But because it does seem a bit odd, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Star Tours doesn't do that, and it could.
Yeah, they'd be missing out on.
Well, I think quite often, especially with expensive items, you see them, you scratch your chin a bit, you go away, and then you think, no, I want to go back and get it.
There is another shop, though, isn't there, just on the entrance, but it's tiny, that's got like the web slinger things and the robots, the spider bots and stuff in it as well, I think.
That's the other thing that was cool. There's like an extension on the gauntlet that you can buy for the web adventures, where they were like blowing a ball and floating a ball. Did you see that?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
I did write down what it was called. Now, why haven't I got it here?
Magic. It's called Magic. It's just Magic.
It's called Magic. You're correct. But I thought, oh, that's so amazing. They're going to sell like hotcakes. That's fantastic. And then I thought, what do you do with that? Because it didn't seem to be like treating it like a yo-yo and doing tricks. He was just kind of standing there floating a ball.
The gauntlets are €30, and I think that is €40. So do you like it €10 more than the standard gauntlet that you're probably not going to buy? Although we've already told Lucas he can probably get one because he wants one.
Well, fair enough. I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of this will be like getting caught up in the moment, and also I think Marvel for kids these days is so exciting and hot. It's so hot right now.
Funny that though, isn't it? Because the films and the TV shows not particularly suitable for kids.
I don't think it's the films. I think it's merchandise. I think it's
Without
the fact
a doubt,
that they've got Spider-Man on the pajamas and they've got an Iron Man lunchbox. And I know loads of kids who've never seen any films, but they just know the character and they get really into the character. Now, I think that it's got more translation than Star Wars has got in that respect.
Bonnie got into Black Widow. And she's never seen any of the films.
For no reason than she was like the cool female one who did a lot of kind of gymnastic-y things. And Bonnie she just really liked her. She liked her red hair. She liked her. So, yeah.
Can I talk about food for a second?
Yes.
I know you've got the things. Right, there's just one thing about food this for me. Okay, firstly, actually not one thing, because I've got a firstly. I came downstairs yesterday after doing my my VR HIIT exercise. That's a whole nother story. to find Laura and the kids watching a walkthrough, if you like, of Pym Kitchen, and they were looking at all the different big food and stuff and what was going on there, and it looked pretty cool. It looks very, what's the word?
French?
No, it's very plain. It looks very sterile, which I guess it's
meant to be a lab
kind of feel to it,
Oh.
But it doesn't look wildly different to what it was when it was Restaurant des Stars. But it's a lot more modern. It's a lot more fancy and things. But that isn't what I really want to talk about. What I want to talk about is, that other place that I can never remember the name of, the van, the diner place.
It was Cascadeurs, but it's now Super Diner.
Super Diner. Have you noticed, because they released a menu this week, have you noticed in the desserts there's something called not a Choco Smash but a Choco Blast?
Yes.
That appears to be a smaller version of the Choco Smash. And it's peanut butter instead of nuts, I think, but the general makeup of it looks very, very similar.
Yeah, but it's tiny.
But I don't know, it's €5, so it's not going to be...
It's not going to be bigger than your head for €5.
It's not going to be bigger than your head, but at least it's something, isn't it? Isn't it?
You know what? I'll take it.
I'm going to get one.
I'll take it.
It's peanut butter flavour as well, which isn't my favourite flavour, but I think maybe it's worth us getting between the family and trying.
Emma was wondering if we'd noticed it. Oh, we noticed it, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe if you just hold it really close to your face, it looks big.
I think, is that it, is what I said when I saw it.
Yeah.
Is that it?
We want the
With
giant
Pym
one
Kitchen.
from California, but this will do for now.
With Pym Kitchen, I have seen some of it. I've seen them cooking giant burger patties.
Yeah.
And I've seen the giant madeleines that they're going to chop up.
Every
and
table has a naan
Lighter
bread
than
hook on it
air.
for giant pretzels.
Oh,
to go on
that's
the looks
good.
of it. So that's probably something they bring to the
That
table.
is good.
For you, I think,
But because ultimately what you get is a slice of something bigger, I imagine that when you get it to your table, it's not going to be as exciting. And I think the more exciting options that I've seen are the teeny tiny things.
Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil things for you, but one of the things I saw was there's a massive burger, a huge, massive burger, but
seen that.
you don't have that. You have the little burgers that are next to it.
Ah.
So that's what it was, and then they've shrunk it down into a slider.
And they've
So I
got
think that's more of what we're going to get to see, really.
and they've got some like things that aren't necessarily big or small, but look a bit potionish. You know,
Yeah.
like little jelly particle
And all the
things.
alcohol has food dye in it. Have you noticed that? Blue Chardonnay and stuff like that. There's everything's got food dye in it to make it interesting.
It's a tricky thing, isn't it? Because in this day and age, especially if you're not in the States, like to have something grotesquely large as like a food challenge is kind of, it's not really the done thing over here, is it?
No.
And especially now we're
It's a
getting
bit
less.
vulgar.
We're getting less of that stuff, and the food waste and all this. So it's an odd thing to have to weigh up. Like, do you do the big things or the small things or something different?
They could have done a ridiculously big version of that chocolate bar then and done it in slices as a dessert.
Yeah.
And that would have worked. And actually would have been a very French type dessert once it,
It
was
would,
sliced
yeah,
as
it
well.
would. It would have been like a tray bake kind of thing.
Yeah. Emma Sylvester says, I really wanted to get the big one in California to send you guys a picture. That would have been massively rubbing it in.
I
That
know.
would have been cruel.
I thought you were going to say to send you guys. I was like,
Oh, yeah, that.
thank you. Send you
No,
a
no,
picture.
just a picture of you going.
Yeah, licking it so that we can't have any.
And then posting it to us.
Yeah. I did that at work. Someone was eyeing up something I was eating, so I licked it.
Nice.
What was there? It didn't matter. I want to do a quick shout out before I forget.
Yeah.
So Suzanne has got in touch, and Leo and Thea. Well, they're going on holiday.
Mm.
No, Leo and Thea are?
Yeah, to the magical land of Disneyland Paris. So, Leo, Thea, we want to wish you a magical time at
Oh.
Disneyland Paris. And now that you've met the minimum requirements for most of the rides, it's thrill time. You can go, they're both 1.2 meters at least.
I think
Excellent.
I think their mum, Suzanne, let us know that you're in your car at the moment, aren't you? Driving to Disneyland Paris, and that's where you're listening to us.
And
this
wouldn't it be
week.
magical if you looked out the window right now and you could see an elf?
Hang on. Hang on. Sometimes Leo and Thea, did I say that the wrong way around?
Yeah, listen.
Leo and Thea.
If they look out the window now and there's an elf on the roadside, you'll all be eating your hats.
Whereabouts on the journey to Disneyland Paris is there an elf?
I
that
don't know.
Sometimes Leo and Thea, you've got to ignore things that Hugh says. Not always. You've got to have a filter. It's difficult, but we hope that you have an amazing time.
have a fantastic time? No voices, Hugh.
No.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Have a great time. Wow.
There are no, despite it being an AP, an annual pass preview, there are no AP discounts available in the shops or restaurants. And it says during previews or opening period. Now, that is very vague. Opening period is very vague. Is that a week? Is it the opening day? You know, what is that?
Yeah, it's like, don't feed your mogwai after midnight. Well, when can you feed them again?
Maybe it's that first
So-
half hour of it being open every single day.
I really am hoping that the AP discounts come back before we get there because, well, no, in all seriousness, that is a big draw of buying the APs. And when you do the maths and you work things out and you think, all right, we can have a sit-down meal. Well, our big sit-down meal this time is going to be Pym Kitchen.
My
And
full board not looking so stupid now, is it?
Do you have full board?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was going to say you were on the same table as us, so I would
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
have got you 20% discount off it. But you use your full board. But yeah, so I'll be a bit like, dang it, if we can't. Yes, so that's something. The Reuben sandwich is a thing that people are making getting quite excited about. Have you ever had a Reuben sandwich?
I haven't had a Reuben. It's pastrami, isn't it?
It's pastrami and sauerkraut and
That sounds good.
mustard sauce and cheese and
Okay.
things.
Yeah.
But they also have vegan options and still calling them Reuben sandwiches, so they must have a little fake cow in there.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Fake steak.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just so excited. It just looks so amazing, but I am a little bit bitter that I'm not telling you this from first-hand experience. If I'm honest. There you go. Right.
Claire says the opening period could mean anywhere from the day to 6 months. And then Caitlin Jackson said, well, the anniversaries last over a year each. 6 months is a low estimate.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's absolutely rubbish. Well, anything that you can buy elsewhere in the park, I will just buy elsewhere in the park because this is only in Avengers Campus.
When's
but
Frozen
the
Land due
food's
to
annoying.
open?
Oh, don't.
2038.
Hey, on that, you know I said we've only got 2 big pieces of news and the rest of it's all just construction photos and
Yeah.
things. Well, there have been some aerial photos of the lake and the foundations for Frozen Land,
Ooh.
and it looks lake-shaped
What?
and land-shaped. I mean, at the end of the day, you're still just staring at sort of beige earth. However, knowing that one day that beige earth will bring us all such joy and happiness is just more than I can bear.
George and Caitlin are Reuben fans. So, they're getting the thumbs up.
We've
Very good.
never had a Reuben. I didn't know what a Reuben was until I looked at the menu this afternoon, but I will try it.
When we start doing that food slot, Hugh, on the show, you could make us one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one day.
I-
George says, just had the most amazing Reuben bagel from Dot Bagels here in Newcastle. Sorry, George.
Yeah, we're really sorry about that, George.
Sorry.
But
Was it in a stotty?
Was that offensive?
Oh, a bagel. You said bagel, didn't you?
Reuben Bagel. Mm-mm-mm. Right.
Yes.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. Wow. We've not got lots of everything today. What I have got, though, is one of our listeners, Hannah Piazza, who we're all familiar with, has sent...
Regular.
Well, she sent a trip report, but
She's
it's
one
not...
of the OGs, is Hannah. She's been here since the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just finding it now, but she sent a trip report, but it's not your average trip report. It's not your common or garden trip report.
Is it? Do you have to wrap it?
It's in... I can't get onto it.
George is actually from Harrogate, so he probably
George.
he probably sounds more like your normal voice than that.
Okay.
Do you know what's happened? I can't...
Yeah, I like it. It's just in brackets. I'm actually from Harrogate.
I'm actually from Harrogate. If people don't know West Yorkshire geography very well, that's like up road. Well, about
It's North Yorkshire, isn't it?
half an hour away. Yeah, and it's North
North
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to play this.
Audience trip roundup.
And then I'm going to tell you that this trip report by Hannah Piazza is entitled Not DLP. Hi guys, finally caught up with your show since I went away. Yeah, it's all about,
Okay, yeah, I
it's
remember
all
now.
about a trip to Butlins.
I remember now.
I just wanted to send a quick trip report of the Walt Disney Family Museum. I know it's not park related, but I know it's on a lot of people's bucket lists. I'll start off by saying that the location is amazing. If you ever have plans to go to San Francisco to see the Golden Gate Bridge, it's in the same park, which is beautiful. There's even views of the bridge from the museum. The museum itself is a little treasure trove of Disney knickknacks such as Lillian Disney's mini Oscar bracelet, Walt's train, the original bench where Disneyland was thought up, a scale model of Disneyland, hundreds of original drawings and cells, and even some of Walt's miniatures he started collecting. Now, even though this alone made the trip super worthwhile, there was nothing I learned from the museum that wasn't already in the standard Walt biographies. So unless you're very interested in seeing original Walt belongings, artwork, etc., you may not find the trip worth it. On a final note, the staff definitely had the magic built into them, and everyone was so nice and chatty. The gift shop manager even gave me his business card in case I wanted to ship anything to the UK because I had limited luggage space. Also, the gift shop was amazing. Make sure you leave at least 20 to 30 minutes to look through all the books and pins. That sounds ideal for me and you, Lucy. Books and pins.
Yeah.
Is there any tiki cups for me? No.
That's a super quick report from me. Looking forward to getting my next DLP trip planned in, but I'm selfishly waiting for some trip reports on Avengers Campus before I book. Thanks for so much for bringing us magic and Disney excitement every week, Hannah. There you go. She has
Hannah.
put some pictures in. I haven't put the pictures up because I'm used to putting pictures up, as you've probably all noticed already.
But I will look at
I will
them
try
and
and get
enjoy
better
them.
at it. So there we are, yes.
Thank you very much, Hannah.
Emma says-
so that's interesting. Isn't that where's the place that sometimes they don't allow children of a certain age?
That is the Walt Disney Studios. You can do
Okay.
a studio tour.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And the thing is, there was also the Imagineering place, and you could very rarely, but if you were D23 Gold members and stuff, you might be able to get a tour of that. But that's relocating to Florida, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But now they've delayed that by 5 years or something. I don't know. It's a mess.
Uh-huh.
But we had and still kind of have at some point in the future a road trip planned where we fly to Los Angeles, go to Gramercy Park and go to Disneyland California for a few days, and hopefully go to the studios once Bonnie's 11 and we can, and then rent an RV and drive up the coast road to San Francisco, and then do the Disney Family Museum, and then go home.
And then go home.
That's like life bucket list stuff. Don't know if it'll happen, but hopefully one day.
I'd like to get over that side of the world. Yeah.
Mark Riley said, I can confirm that the main door of Mission Equipment is on the main street. No need to go through Spider-Man Web Adventure. That's good to know, because it was bothering me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did sound impossible, because like you say, like people like to go in and have a look and go away and come back, and if you have to go through a ride every time, it doesn't make any sense.
It's probably one of those posts that I read where it's been deleted now because it isn't true.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go and find out.
Okay. We had a couple of interesting questions, guys. The first one was from Kelly. Hi, recently started watching your YouTube videos as I'm thinking of booking a trip to Disneyland Paris. I found them really helpful. Thank you. I just want to get your view. We have a 3-year-old daughter who loves Disney, as I do, and a 7-month-old son. I'm not sure if we should delay going by a year to when our little boy will be a bit more knowing, or do we just bite the bullet and go this year anyway, because I know we'll still love it. I'm sure he'll still be allowed on some of the gentle rides. And he'll enjoy the parades. So now my answer was, if you put aside, well, no, that's something else.
So 3 years and 7 months.
So 3 years is perfect, but 7 months, I always say, do you know what? It's all so stimulating for them and engaging that it's all. I think it's good. Developmentally for them. So I would say on that front, yes. So I think the real question is, would you be comfortable taking a 7-month-old? Because there's certain logistics with that, isn't there? Like,
there's another thing as well, which is that in terms of cost, taking a 7-month-old is effectively
negligible.
Free.
Yeah.
You can feed them off your plate. You're not paying for tickets to get in. You're not paying for the room. So it's negligible cost. And I guess if you're planning on going a few times, between the time of 7 months and 3 years old, when they start to have to pay for it, it's a good chance to see whether you can cope with it or not. I guess maybe.
And just a third point of view with it. Well, it's the same point of view really, but I'm just adding something. Is a lot of people ask this at various different ages, and I think you forget about you as the parent and as the adult. And you will get so much joy out of seeing your 7-year-old on Small World. You will take photos of them with Tigger that you will look at for the rest of the life. You might even put on a slideshow at the wedding. You don't know. You as a parent will get so much out of taking your little ones. And no, they might not remember it, but you will remember them there. And I think that's as important as them remembering it.
Completely agree with that,
and the documentation that you make. The videos, the photographs, this is all valuable stuff. So I would say take them now and then take them next year as well. And then the year after that, maybe take them 2 or 3 times because you're hooked by then. And then after that, start a podcast. That's my advice.
Sounds like a plan.
Right, we had another one today, actually, from Penny. Now, this is an interesting one, something that we might struggle to answer, so we're going to throw it out to everybody. But Penny lost someone, and she would like to take a trip with her daughter, and as a special sort of tribute, she would like to leave something in the park as a tribute to the person that she lost who loved Disney. Now, we're not aware of anything immediately. Have there been like a sort of service or anything like that? There isn't like a sort of a padlock area or anything like that.
The use in certain parks have done paving stones, little paving stones that you can have put down. There's nothing like that at the moment.
As kind of like a personal memorial or tribute to someone. What does anyone have any ideas of something that she and her daughter could do? Or we were talking about this before the show, and I suggested maybe getting some kind of special coin. It doesn't even have to be a special coin; it could be any old coin. You just if you can sort of impart anything you want into this coin, and you maybe put it in a wishing well, or there's places there that you can do that. Or we were talking about painted pebbles or something like that.
People throw coins into Small World and things like that. So you could throw a coin in.
We're not
their
actually
name
sure
on.
of the rules of sort of just leaving things there, because you don't have to be moved or, collected by a cast member or something, you know what I mean? So
I
It's
think if
kind
it,
of probably not something you'd want to go and... Either you need to go and do it officially and talk about it and find that there is a way you can do it,
yeah.
or you don't want to draw attention to that. And,
Yeah, exactly.
and,
you want to do it just discreetly.
subtly, yeah.
So,
It's- I think there's-
it's not something that we that I'm not immediately knowledgeable on this.
my instinct is, as long as it is environmentally friendly and it's not visually unobtrusive, something small for you to have a moment when you leave something and you have a little think about your loved one, I think would be okay. And when I say environmentally friendly and not visibly unintrusive, I'm thinking little painted pebbles that you can put down with some other pebbles in Adventureland and leave there, and it won't affect the look of the land, it won't affect any other visitor's experience, and you haven't earned anything.
And this might not be... I just had a thought. So in the parks, they do pin trading. Now, if you had a pin that meant something to that person, or if you got a pin that meant that was relevant, that meant something to that person, you could, strictly speaking, take that to the pin traders and donate it to their board, and then it would just become part of Disney, because somebody else could trade it. It could end up all on another part of the world belonging to somebody else completely, but it would be a really nice way to market. That
And I'll
could be a
tell
good
you
thing
what,
to do.
if any of these things you think I like that idea, but then you could do several of them, couldn't you? The pin idea is a nice one. You could also do several different things. You could sort of go around the park and think about the things that they would have liked, and maybe do like a handful of things here and there, just so you kind of all hopes aren't sort of pinned on like one item that that you're not sure about if it's allowed, or you could do a number of things.
Laura Ross is putting about what about the glass wand making? I guess again you could do things like that, where you could pick colours and things that were relevant, and actually rather than leaving something there, you're getting something as a tribute to take back with you as well, as a keepsake or something.
Yeah. Can you? Is the is the wishing well near the castle? Is that open? I don't mean completely open, but can you put coins in there?
It is, it isn't. Sometimes it can be. Sometimes it's blocked off. Sometimes it's got meet and greets. But it is quite often open.
No, I mean, literally, the well is the well. Can you put a coin into the well? I can't remember.
I've never looked down it, I don't think. We've had photos taken by it. I know it's
Yeah.
got the usual thing over the top, but it might be wooden, like 2 feet below that, might it? I've never looked in it. I do know that people throw money into Small World. And I personally think that's a lovely idea, because you can go to a key cutters, a cobblers or an engravers and just get like a dog tag disc, can't you? Have a little message, something on there, and then throw it in. I think that would be lovely.
I like Mark's suggestion in the chat there. How about bringing along a framed photograph of the person? Then you can take pictures and portraits or whatever you want in different locations that might have been relevant. Again, it's like you're taking them with you, but you'll have those things there, maybe in a special album that you produce afterwards, maybe, or something like that. All sorts of possibilities.
Yeah.
I think we've given them things to think about there. And also, if there's anyone out there who might be in a similar situation who would like to remember someone when they're in the park, I hope you've had a think about that.
Oh yes, and someone's pointing out Small World is closed at certain points, isn't it?
You can't take your 7-month on Small World at the moment.
Do you know what? I forgot that it was closed at our next trip. I mean, I didn't. I knew, but I'd briefly forgotten, and now I'm devastated.
I know, it's going to be hurtful, isn't it?
Oh, Chris, what we're going to do?
We could have gone on Small World together. How good would that have been?
We could have held
I would've
hands
loved
and
that.
cried.
I would love to have seen Chris's little face
Oh, mate.
on that ride.
I love that ride.
I
Especially when the
know.
big band kicks in at the end and it all goes white. Oh, I just love that.
Do you
I
know
see-
what? It surprises me how much I cry at that ride, given
I
that I've
don't
been
like
on
that
it
bit.
20 times.
I don't mean the room, I just mean the bit as you go through under
Okay.
Hollywood. When you
It's
go
when
under
you-
Hollywood and the drums kick in.
It's
That's
when
it.
you
That's
hear
it.
the key change, isn't it? And you hear
Yes.
da-da-da-da-da-da. Sorry,
Yeah.
people listening. I've just sang straight into the microphone.
Straight into your ear.
Straight in.
Straight.
Lots of coins in the Fountain at Studios Courtyard 2. There's another location there. Like I say, you could you could spend a morning going around and just dedicating it to just finding different spots, like several different spots, and I think that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Lovely jubbly. Right.
Do you want to see some stickers?
Yes. Do we ever?
I got delivery of a load of stickers this week, and so I'm going to show them to the screen. Then I'm going to pass them to you and Lucy because they haven't actually properly seen them yet.
Will they read on the screen, or will the green screen?
No, there's no green on these, so we should be okay.
Well, I'm sure I held them up earlier and it went a bit funny.
Oh well, maybe. but there we go.
Turquoise.
So first we've got the yellow's not showing. That's bizarre. So first we've got a 37 Disney Street sticker there, little round sticker. There you are.
Thank you.
That's
That's
for you.
going on our suitcase.
Then we have the one I showed earlier on, which was what's in your tiki cup sticker. Look at that.
What's
Yeah.
in your tiki cup?
There you are. And then there's a Mine's a Mango Whip sticker as well.
Mine's a mango whip.
Just like the shirts. I mean, they
These
do
come
look
out-
exactly the same as what we showed you the
These
other
have
day.
come out well.
They
Yeah,
are
come on,
really
haven't they?
good, really good quality. I'm not just saying that. They're not like home computer things. They're really lovely, thick.
Very decent. So I've got a bag of those for Hugh and Lucy here, so that if you do happen to be in the parks when Hugh and Lucy are there, I'm hoping they'll have them with them. I'm going to have mine with me as well.
Wasn't there a password we were trying to think of?
No, just let people
Give me a
ask
sticker.
us. I'm not there refusing unless they remember some Russian sentence about a cat in a hand and a dog in a basket. I'm
Didn't-
not dealing with
Didn't
that.
Mark with a Q suggest, oh, I like wine?
Yeah, I think she.
That will get you a different kind of gift.
So
just give us a hello and you can have a
Sarah's
sticker.
asked, how do we get our hands on a set of stickers? Well, there are a number of ways that you could get hold of a set of stickers. Firstly, if you see us in a park on those rare occasions that we manage to get to them, we'll hopefully have stickers with us. And if you just come and see us, you can have them. Secondly, if you're a Patreon pal, I'm working through the list at the moment, and I will be contacting you to get your shipping details so I can send you a set of stickers out. If you don't want them, just don't give me your shipping address. Easy. And Patreon pals will get a set of stickers after their second month from now on. We're gonna do that as part of that. The other way is, if you want a set, then I'm more than happy to send one out to you. Just email me, mailbox@37disneystreet.co.uk. But we are going to have to put a bit of a charge on it, I'm afraid. So I think in order to cover postage and cost, I think I worked it out at about £3. So if you're prepared to pay £3 to PayPal, then I will post you out 3 stickers to you that way as well. And we might give some away on the show at some point. I don't know.
They're very
Don't think we
glossy.
thought about it. They
Very,
are nice,
very
aren't they?
good. We've got 3 suitcases. We've got a red suitcase, a blue suitcase, and a yellow suitcase. And our way of from now on, our way of identifying it on the luggage carousel, we're going to put these.
You're
on
going to
them.
waste our stickers on yourselves.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to do that as well.
Mark saying, neck it, Hugh. He's just seen me open my mango pale ale. Chris, have you got?
I've got an empty glass. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to try this. It tastes like bandages.
There you go.
So, what we would
Me as
most like you to do, if you do want a set of 3 stickers, is join Patreon, become a Patreon member, and then you will get
Sorry, I might have gone a bit overboard. Sorry,
join
Lucy.
Patreon,
It's
and then you will
empty.
get the extra magic hours, which happens straight after the show. We do an extra 20 minutes that's just for Patreon members. And you will also get, on your second month of paid membership, you will get 3 free stickers.
And you get early access to any classics, film review type shows that we do as well moving forward, or any other shows also.
Yep. So you can do that. Also, we mentioned last week that we were going to do a charity marathon show, live charity marathon show. We are currently homing in on dates in September,
Yes.
aren't we?
Probably a Saturday.
So it'll be a Saturday, and it'll go from probably about 4 till 9, we think, but we will try have details for you for next time.
Look at
So
Chris's face.
That's not a pale ale. That's like a sour.
It's horrible, and I was just checking it was in date because it tastes off. But it's got 10 days left on it. Best before.
oh, that smells bad.
It's-
Even from here, that
it's,
smells bad.
It smells like bandages. Smell it.
That's the most distracting beer I think I've ever tasted.
It's rubbish.
It tastes like a gose or a sour, but it's definitely not a pale ale, which is what it says it is.
I'm not going to name and shame the microbrewery, but you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Emma has just said, I've heard a lot about Patreon on different vlogs, but I don't really know what it is.
Ah.
Chris, would you like to explain? You could probably do better than me.
Yeah, it's a membership thing, really. I mean, as far as we're concerned, we do it just to keep the costs of stuff ticking over, but to help us improve audio and video and all that sort of stuff. But basically, it's a monthly subscription, and you pay a fee and you get stuff for it. For us, traditionally, it's not been as much of giving stuff, is it? Although we've started to do that a lot more with the extra magic time. So you're basically it's a way to.
So
give
is it
money
like it's £3 for us, isn't it?
It's £3, yeah.
So
£3.
£3 a month, you kind of get membership to our little club, and we up to now we've spent everything has gone back into the show, buying things like Chris May I.
Mm-hmm.
Things like this little gadget here that does all the jingles on it and getting updated with camera equipment. I smashed a bulb in our lights and we replaced the bulb. Things like that, because it does cost money to put shows like this on. And the way that we fund it without having to dip into our own piggy banks is just really lovely people who enjoy the content. Pay £3 a month and you get a bit of extra show.
Laura was just asking, what's the email address again? Did anyone answer that while I was...
Mailbox at 37disneystreet.co.uk. But by the way, just going back to the stickers just briefly, if you are interested in getting a set, just drop me a message on anywhere and I'll come back to you and tell you what you need to do. Don't worry about it. I've not set up a shop because the other merchandise is all on TeePublic and you can order stickers on there, but they cost a fortune, so don't do that. The stickers, we have them, so it's more cost effective. Shirts are expensive to produce and keep, so we haven't done that.
Some people ordered their shirts during the show last week and they've already arrived and they've been modelling them
I
on.
tweeted it.
Have they?
Yeah, I tweeted it. Did you not see the tweet?
No.
The tweet. David Wilson has got a red Tiki Cup shirt and he's showing a picture of it. I ordered some for us so that we've got some for the parks, but I ordered them from the US website, which means that they're coming from America, so they're going to take a little while.
Yeah. But yeah, we've also got some quite funky t-shirts if anyone wants to try those on TeePublic. Hugh's going to flash them
You're
up
gonna
on
hold
the
it up on
camera
the
now.
screen.
That looks... Well, no, I'm told
But
this is the one that David got. It looks
For those of you
nice.
listening, go and have a look on the Twitter account and you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
It's looking good. And that red is a good colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've picked green, I think.
What
for
did I
mine.
get? Blue?
Well, yeah, but you've got the other shirt.
Oh, yeah. Mango
You've
whip.
got the mango one. I've got one of each. I've got a green one of that, and I've got a light blue mango whip one, whereas you've got the royal blue, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm going to get a red Tiki Cup t-shirt.
Mark Riley says, what Patreon tier is it for 3 t-shirts? Well, you do jest. Not t-shirts, but we might get... if the stickers prove popular, we might get larger merchandise for like a year's membership or something. You get a little thank you gift.
The thing about the merchandise on Patreon, just so that you know, is they have their own merchandising system now, and we signed up to it at first, didn't we? Because I think we had some cups available when we first did it. But the cost of them means that you need to be a Patreon paying a top tier for several months before the thing ticks in to send it out. So then it just doesn't seem kind of financially worthwhile. I'd rather you were getting more for your money, to be honest with you. So that's why we canned it, and that's why we're doing it the TeePublic way. We don't, just so that you know, we don't make a lot of money out of TeePublic because the cost of making and putting shirts together is high. So
It's
get
just
one if you
fun.
want one, and we do get a little bit of something from it, but don't see that it's a good way to get money to us, because it's not.
I sold 2 t-shirts on my personal TeePublic, which I opened a few days ago.
Stranger fans.
Yeah, and that's $4 to me.
Yeah.
$4.
Right.
Thanks for signing up.
That is really foul, is that drink? I'm sorry, that's just disgusting.
It's awful.
Really awful.
Dunn family have signed up. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you.
Yay.
Oh, you get a shout out as well.
And
you probably
Hannah.
noticed that before. You get a shout out on
And
the show
Hannah.
if you become a Disney Street pal.
Hannah too.
Yeah,
Is there a purple shirt, says Mark?
If you have
there
just
might be.
There might be.
if you sign up this week or you have just signed out, another thing that we do for our Patreon pals is when you do sign up, Hugh will do a shout out
And Emma.
in a voice of your choice. So you can either tell us now if you've got a voice of your choice and Hugh will shout out, or if you just email us it or Facebook or Twitter us
We'll do it next week.
We'll do it for you next week.
And those of you who have just jumped onto Patreon, just if you go and check the first post on Patreon, the most recent one, there is the link in there for the Extra Magic time, which is going to happen straight after this show.
So if you've literally just signed up, go and get that link because you get an extra 20
Join us
minutes
for 20
now.
minutes in a couple of minutes' time, and we'll you'll see all of us stripped back with no magic.
Unless you've had enough of us and just go to bed.
So with that in mind, we've done a lot of plugging for the last 10 minutes of this show. So I'm just going to say thank you all very much for watching, and we are going to start the Extra Magic time now. So I've been Lucy. These have been the boys. It's like the Oscars. Good night.
Don't play me out. Don't play me out. Don't play me out.